Welcome to class of chemistry. In previous video we studied some terms in coordination chemistry. In today's lecture we will discuss double salts and coordination complex, and then the most important part of the chapter, Warner theory of coordination. So first let us talk about the double salts. Let's see the definition of double salts. Double salts are those compounds which exist only in crystal lattices but break down into their constituent compounds when dissolved in water or any other solvent. Their physical and chemical properties remain essentially the same as those of the individual compounds. Some well-known examples of double salts are Morse salt, that is FeSO4, NH4 twice SO4, 6H2O, potash alum, Al2, SO4 thrice, K2SO4 dot 24H2O, and third one is carnallite, KCl dot MgCl2 dot 6H2O. So these compounds are stable in solid state but when the lattice is disrupted on dissolution in water or any other solvent, they decompose these compounds on dissolution in water or any other solvent decomposes into their individual components. Individual components. Their solutions therefore have the same properties as the mixture of the individual components. For example, a solution of Morse salt shows the same physical and chemical properties as the mixture of solution of ferrous sulfate and ammonium sulfate. The dissociation of Morse salt can be shown as Fe plus 2 aqueous plus 2 NH4 plus 2 SO4 minus 2 aqueous. And the second salt, carnallite, can be dissociated as formula of carnallite is KCl dot MgCl2 dot 6H2O. This double salt can be dissociated in water as K plus aqueous plus Mg plus 2 aqueous plus 3 Cl minus aqueous. So this is the dissociation of Morse salt and carnallite. So we can see that double salts are those compounds which exist only in crystal lattices but break down into their constituent compounds when dissolved in water or any other solvent. When dissolved in water, the compound can be break down into their constituent compounds and their physical and chemical properties remains the same as those of the individual compounds. So this is the double salt. Let us see the coordination complex. A coordination complex dissociates in water with at least one complex ion, whereas the double salt dissociates in its constituent compounds. So this is the difference between the coordination complex and double salt. The double salt dissociates in water in its constituent compounds and coordination complex gives at least one complex ion in dissociation. So now let's see the important theory in this chapter, that is Werner theory of coordination complex. Werner theory of coordination complex. In 1823, Werner put forth his famous theory of coordination to explain the formation and structure of complex compound. He was awarded Nobel Prize in chemistry. So Werner is rightly called as the father of coordination chemistry. He put forth some postulates of Werner theory. So we will study one by one. Postulates of Werner theory. First postulate: in coordination compounds, the metal atoms exhibit two types of valencies. First one is the primary valency and second is secondary valency. Primary valency is ionizable and is non-directional, whereas secondary valency is non-ionizable and directional. Primary valency corresponds to oxidation state. This is very important. Primary valency corresponds to oxidation state and the secondary valency corresponds to coordination number. These two statements are very important in this. Primary valency corresponds to oxidation state, whereas secondary valency corresponds to oxidation number. You can understand this from example, which is CONH3 twice, CONH3 6 Cl3. When this coordination compound is dissociated, it will form two types of ions, CONH3 6 plus 3 plus Cl 3Cl minus. So there will be two types of ions. One is complex ion and another is the ionizable ion, that is chlorine. So oxidation state of this cobalt in this complex ion will be, we know that charge number of complex ion is equal to plus 3. As the charge on the complex ion is plus 3, the charge number of the complex ion is also plus 3. So charge number is equal to oxidation state of metal ion plus charge on the ligand. So plus 3 is equal to OS of cobalt, that is oxidation state of cobalt, plus 6 into 0. It is 0 because NH3 is a neutral ligand. So 6 into 0, therefore it will be 0, and plus 3 will be the oxidation state of cobalt. And according to our statement, primary valency corresponds to oxidation state, plus 3 will be the primary valency in this coordination compound, whereas secondary valency corresponds to the coordination number. So coordination number in this coordination complex is 6 because there are 6 ligands attached, which is monodentate. So it will donate 6 lone pairs. So the coordination number of this NH3 or this ligand is 6. Or coordination number of this complex is 6. Therefore it corresponds to the secondary valency. So primary valency of this compound will be 3 and secondary valency will be 6, which is the coordination number. So main part of this postulate is primary valency corresponds to oxidation state, which is 3 in this example. It will be different for different examples, and 6 secondary valency for this complex. So this is the first postulate. Let's see second postulate. Second postulate: the ionizable sphere consists of entities which satisfy primary valency of metal. Primary valencies are generally satisfied by anions. So let's see example. If the coordination complex CONH3 6 Cl3 minus dissociates as CONH3 6 3 plus plus 3Cl minus. So in this complex ion will be non-ionizable, and Cl3 minus is ionizable. So what our postulate says, the ionizable sphere consists of entities which satisfy primary valency. So what is the primary valency? Which is oxidation state of the cobalt in this complex. So oxidation state of cobalt is +3 or 3. So the postulate is it satisfies primary valency. That means this ionizable sphere satisfies the primary valency, that is the oxidation state of the metal in this complex. So these anions satisfy the primary valency, that is oxidation state of the complex. So this is our postulate number 2. Third postulate, the secondary coordination sphere consists of entities which satisfies the secondary valencies and are non-ionizable. For example, CONH36 plus 3 is a complex ion which is non-ionizable sphere which satisfies the secondary valency. So secondary valency corresponds to coordination number, and the coordination number of cobalt, that is central metal ion in this complex, is 6. So therefore secondary coordination sphere, that means this complex ion consists of entities, that means this consists of such entities which satisfies the secondary valency and are non-ionizable. So this complex is non-ionizable and this contains the entities which satisfies the secondary valency, that is the coordination number 6. The secondary valencies for metal ion are fixed. Secondary valencies are fixed for such metal ions and are satisfied by either anions or neutral ligands. For example, in Ni NH36 2 plus Cl2 minus, NH3 is a neutral ligand. So therefore Ni++ is neutralized by 2 chlorine ions in this complex. So this was the third postulate. Let's see fourth postulate. Fourth postulate of Werner theory. The secondary valencies have a fixed arrangement around the metal ion. So this is the fourth postulate that explains that the arrangement of secondary valencies, that is ligand, around the metal ion is fixed. The two spheres of attraction in the complex CONH36Cl3 are shown as, so this is one sphere which is complex ion and this is another sphere which is ionizable. So coordination sphere which is secondary and ionization sphere which is primary, these two types of ions can be shown in two different spheres like coordination sphere and ionization sphere. So next, a complex with coordination number 6 has octahedral structure. If the coordination number is 6 in any complex, its structure will be octahedral, and when 4 coordinating groups are attached to the metal ion in the complex, would be either square planar or tetrahedral structures. We will be studying the structure of complexes in another lecture. So this was the Werner theory and these are the 4 postulates of Werner theory. So this is very simple. Just learn all the concepts which are given by Werner. Thank you.